Hey, what's up, guys? It is Thursday. It's January 14th. Today we are doing the assignment Parasitism in Nature. Okay. This lecture is going to be super quick because we have pretty much um, emphasized the main differences between this three, and parasitism is typically the easiest for students. A parasitism An example of a parasitic relationship or parasitism is exactly what it sounds like, right? You hear that word parasite, okay? And when we think of parasites, I don't know, maybe just me. I think of like zombie movies, right? Where somebody gets bitten by something, they get some parasite, and then you get all these like weird mutations or whatever. And it's not quite, but that's not a terrible example. I mean, it's not a necessarily realistic example for humans, but we have zombie parasites in nature. You guys have, sorry, the bells are ringing behind me. You guys have one of the videos I believe you're watching today is where these ants get infected and they actually, the parasite goes to the brain and it causes the ants to go to certain parts. And I'm not sure which video I showed you, but there's a parasite that goes between ants and cows and it's a worm. And these ants will go to the top of grass in the like early morning hours, right? So like right around dawn. And that's when cows start feeding, right? So these ants get this parasite in their brain that makes them go to the top of blades of grass. And that's exactly what's going to happen is what you think is going to happen. They get eaten by the cows, right? And you're thinking, why the heck would they do that? Well, this parasite takes them over and makes them do that. And the reason is because the parasite needs to get inside the cow to finish its life cycle, right? So the parasite goes into the ants, it's in their brain. The ants go to the top of the grass, the cows eat the ants, the parasite's now in the cows, and then when the cows poop out the eggs or whatnot, that's how the ants will then catch the parasite again later, right? So, or new ants because the other ones got eaten. So that's just another like kind of wild example of nature because that is basically turning them into zombies. It's forcing them to do a action that they would have otherwise not done. So that is a zombie, right? Like for lack of a better term. Okay, so this example that's on the screen, this is two examples in one. And that's why I like to use mosquitoes as parasites because it's both an ectoparasite and an endoparasite. Okay, and what that means is ecto is on the outside. Okay, so the mosquito itself is the ectoparasite, and the parasite that it lets into the human body would be the endoparasite. Okay, so these are sporozoites. And what's happening in this example right here is, so say this is the human, right? A mosquito lands on you, okay? Hopefully not you because this is one that's injecting other parasites, right? These are, common in like tropic and subtropic areas. A lot of times mosquitoes will carry other parasites as well. Up here we're usually okay. But so this mosquito bites you, right? And when it bites you, that mosquito was infected, okay? And while it's starting to suck blood, it also injects some of the sporozoites that it had into you or into the human, okay? So that's what's happening right here. The mosquito bites you to suck blood, but it also injects some of those other endoparasites into the human. Okay, well now those parasites develop in the liver. All right, so they migrate to the liver, and some of these parasites, the way they move through the human body is pretty awful. Like they don't follow paths, so they don't just like follow bloodstreams all the time or follow digestive tract. Sometimes they'll just burrow right through things. So a lot of the ones that go to the brain especially will just burrow all the way there. So just think a straight line from wherever they got in your body to your brain. It just eats its way there. So it's pretty gnarly. But these ones, they develop in your liver, okay? And then from there, they hop in the red bloodstream, okay? And they finish their maturation process. So that means they just finish growing up, right? And then they're in a red blood cell. And that red blood cell bursts and it releases their gametes. And that just means like their babies, like their eggs, you could say, okay? So then another mosquito comes and it bites you, right? And now this person has these in their blood. So when it sucks up the blood, it also sucks up some of these parasite gametes, the parasite eggs, okay? And then inside this new mosquito, they get fertilized, Okay, and then when the mosquito bites somebody again, what happens? Well, it injected it into them, and now it goes to the liver, and then it goes to their blood cells, and then it bursts, and then another mosquito bites you and sucks some of it up, and then it matures, or gets fertilized, and then it goes and bites somebody, right? So this thing keeps passing and passing and passing. Something that's important to remember here is that it's not like the mosquitoes and the parasite are working or the mosquito is a parasite, so the ecto and endoparasite, it's not like they're working together to take over the world and kill all the humans. The endoparasite, that sporozoite, is living its life cycle, right? So it's just trying to find a home and live and do its thing as well. So just like that mosquito, right? That mosquito is doing its life cycle. It sucks our blood, it flies, whatever. So these two things are not working together, right? I just want to get that across. So it's the parasite that lives within the mosquito and us, that's its life. That's what it does. The mosquito biting us, flying around, biting other stuff, that's what it does. Just like we have our life cycle where we live where we do and we eat what we eat, right? That's just how those things have evolved to survive in their environment. Okay, so far in this quick video, talked about 3 different parasites, right? I talked about the ants, or the worm that takes over the ants, makes them get eaten by the cows, right? And then here in this diagram, we're looking at 2 different parasites because we have the mosquito. It is a parasite itself because it benefits from sucking our blood and we lose blood, right? Not to mention, if it bites us and it injects us with something else, we're also catching another parasite, which is double bad for us, okay? Well, that parasite that goes into us, that's a parasite because it's rupturing our blood cells, right? It lives, it survives, it's happy, so it's a thumbs up, but it's just destroying our blood cells, messing up our bodies, so we're a thumbs down, right? So recapping the 3 symbiotic relationships we learned this week, okay? We have commensalism, where one species benefits and the other species is neutral. It is neither helped nor hurt, okay? We have mutualism, where both species benefit, so they are 2 thumbs up, okay? And then today, we have parasitism, where parasitism is one species is a thumbs up and the other species is a thumbs down because they are getting hurt or they are losing something, right? So those are our 3. Your assignment today is to complete parasitism in nature. Please don't forget that tomorrow's assignment is an IB assessment. But your IB assessment is just giving me 3 pairs of species in nature and how they show these 3 relationships, or one of the 3 relationships, right? So if you told me mosquitoes and humans, that would be a parasitic relationship because mosquitoes are benefiting and humans are harmed. That would be one of your answers beautifully, okay? So please, please, please keep that in mind as you're working through these assignments, these videos. Keep that in the back of your head so that you're ready to go. If you have any questions, please ask me. I want to help. I'm here. I'm bored. I miss you guys. All right. Have a great day. Let me know if you need anything. Peace out.